So we could get a stage remade from the previous Tekken games in Tekken 8. So this is a tweet from Harada when someone asked him about remaking a Tekken 1 map stage. And he said these days it takes an enormous amount of time and money to create a battle stage. So if there are any stages from the past Tekken series to be remade, we would like to listen to everyone's requests and carefully select them. Which of these stages would you guys like to see remake? So I've teamed up with Baberuthless that makes amazing in-depth fighting game content, from stages to fighting game spin-offs and so forth. So we decided that we're gonna make a stage request video. So we've got 3 stages that we want to be remade, and then we have an honorable mention. We want you to get involved as well in the comment section and let us know what stages you would like to be made from Tekken 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth to Tekken 8. Let us know in the comment section down below, and maybe we'll do a part 2. See what's going on.
Hey everyone, I'm Baberuthless and thanks King J for having me. Today we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite Tekken stages, and even though we'd like to talk about all of the stages, we're just going to narrow it down to a few. We're also going to talk about how, if these stages were to be moved into Tekken 8, how they would look with a new fresh coat of paint.
You'd think with a stage belonging to Jun, it would be a Japanese forest like it is in Tekken 8. While this stage is still full of nature, it also includes a small town, castle, and even Stonehenge, which, if it isn't obvious, isn't in Japan. This stage fits in with Jun's background since she works as a wildlife officer. Perhaps this place is just another stop in Jun's duty as an ecological warrior. It seems, since the town appears below us in the valley, that we're on an upward slope, while the castle is on our level. It's a cool tweak to the sense of scale these pre-rendered backgrounds can give. I had it as an honorable mention since my love for this stage is mostly nostalgic. Tekken 2 was one of my first fighters, and the song in the home version is such a vibe. It's a bit more ambient, with bells and percussion at the beginning, and a sort of flute sound that kicks in for the melody. Just a very tranquil, calming piece. For a stage that is just a ring in the sky, King's stage in Tekken 3 is simply breathtaking. For a wrestling character typically, the move is just to do a wrestling ring stage with an audience, but here Tekken went outside of the box. The full context of the stage is pretty vague. It could perhaps be a radio tower for a military installation, and King, being the icon that he is, chose to climb up the structure to train. This stage location shows King's prowess and what lengths he'll go to be in seclusion. When the stage was remade in Tekken Tag, Tekken Force members can be seen patrolling around, so I'm sure they're aware folks are scrapping above them, and it kinda takes away from the stage a bit since you're no longer in this off-limits place. I think the original Tekken 3 stage sells the height more, with the clouds and the mountains seeming so far below you. Whereas in the Tag version, these mountains are above you, which does dilute that effect a bit. If this stage were to come back in Tekken 8, I would want them to get rid of any signs of life like the helicopters and the Tekken Force, so that solitary theme is played up more. Hell's Gate in the original release of Tekken 5 seemed to be breaking new ground for Tekken by being somewhat of an overtly mystical place. You can make the argument that the Devil stage in Tekken 2 and Unknowns in Tag 1 could fill the slot as well, but Hell's Gate was far grander in its scope. It truly looked like you were in a different realm. The vast desert plains past the gate made it seem like this place was endless, and there was nothing to do other than finish the fight in front of you. I think the color palette of the stage though sells this concept the most, with these deep crimson reds in the sky and the dark green hue of the ground, coupled with this decrepit Buddha statue. The clouds are swirling around the huge full moon in a very unnatural way, with small flames scattered on the floor adding to that supernatural element. Potentially even being spirits that are trapped here, the threat of you joining them depending on the outcome of this fight. If the stage ever comes back in a future game, I hope it's a package deal with Heaven's Gate. Saving the best for last, we have the building or rooftop stage in Tekken 4. To me, this evokes a similar feeling to King's stage mentioned earlier, with your characters being high off the ground in a very tucked away place. Being before sunrise or sunset, it's very dark, but there is light illuminating your characters from the building you're fighting on. The floor is angled from the windows and the ramps below, which allow your characters to travel to different areas of the roof. Helicopters swing in and out of view, seemingly circling the fighters. Perhaps this is an official match for the King of Iron Fist tournament, and this is the only way they can capture that footage. If this stage did somehow make a comeback though, I think it would be heavily modified to be more in line with other stages, perhaps the terrain just being flat and the overall shape of the stage being a simple square. Also, maybe adding a balcony break or floor break on the windows. It would be so cool to have this kind of stage and atmosphere return in Tekken 8, but this was truly a product of its time, being something that only a game like Tekken 4 could truly call its own.
So if I was to pick a stage, I would say Tekken 3 Paul Phoenix stage. Now the reason why I like the stage is because obviously you have this concrete wall and it's got the Soul Edge graffiti. Now I'm a big fan of Soul Edge. Obviously in the Western it was called Soul Blade, the first game for Soul Calibur series. Like just seeing that and just seeing the design, the graffiti on the wall, it kind of reminded me of London. I was very young at the time and it kind of just looked like London, but now that I've grown up it kind of looks like maybe a block in New York or Chicago, I don't know, because like you see like the clouds and you see a couple of like the blocks, some of them are like green, some of them are just brick. Like it looks sick, it looks really sick. Like I would love to see this stage come back. And you got this like advertisement banner as well and it says Banana Caf. I really think that this stage just reminds me of the streets. And then you've got like where the train goes as well, like, and you got the shops that are closed. I think personally this would be one of my favorite stages to come back. Oh man, so my other pick would be Tekken 5 Dragon's Nest. Now this stage has become, I would say, a staple in the Tekken games because this was in Tekken 5, Tekken 5 DR, and then it came back in Tekken 7. So I'm quite certain that people like this stage. Like it's got the statue of the dragon, the fire, and there's loads of clouds. It looks like there's mountains as well. This looks like you're really high up, and the detail on the dragon, and you know, it looks like he's got like his claws on a bull or something like that. But yeah, I just like the clouds. You can even see the shadows on the floor of the clouds. This stage here, I would love to see this come back in Tekken 8 because this kind of reminds me of Feng's stage. Well, I'll say Feng, but I'll say Feng, Martial Law, and Leroy, because obviously in Tekken 7, Leroy has his custom theme song when he gets to final round. But even just seeing like the chains around the building, it's like you don't know how high it is. You're seeing so much clouds underneath the player's feet that you're thinking, what's going on? Like, where are they? But yeah, I'd love to see this stage come back, man. I really like this stage. Anytime I look at this stage, I always think Devil Jin, because it was such a well-detailed stage back in that time at Tekken 5. Obviously, they call it Snow Castle stage. I really like it. I think we don't have a snow level yet on Tekken 8, but just seeing this, and you know, it's snowing inside the castle. You see the flames on the wall, like you've got snow on the floor, got the red carpet right in between the action, and then you've got like statues and stuff on the wall. Oh man, I really like this stage. And you see the glass as well on the walls. It's just, yeah, this stage for me, I would love to see this come back, because even the music for the stage, I don't want to go too much into the music, but it's just epic, right? And then even if you saw this on the Tekken Tag 2 version, like they've got a balcony break, and I think that's pretty sick. I would really like to see the stage come back, man. Like, I don't know if you can make it look like a, I don't know, Devil Jin stage or whatever, but just this castle, and yeah, I really want to see it come back. This is one of my favorite stages, and along with the music as well. Honorable mentions would be the Link Xiaoyu stage. Now the reason why I say this is because it's an amusement park, you could have loads of different stage interactions. So it's like, you know, you could have floor blast, wall blast, You know, you can have a wall break, hard wall break. You can have loads of different like sections to this. This could be a really massive stage in Tekken 8. They could really go crazy with it. You know, amusement parts, it has a lot of danger. So if you hit someone on something or hit them on a ride, then they kind of blow up, and then you can continue on your combo. Yeah, I really thought this stage was so well looking for Tekken 3 graphics. Like when you look around and you see like the different types of like, you know, attractions and stuff like that, it just kind of made me think, yeah, if this stage was done and came back to life in Tekken 8, they could really make this be one of the best stages of all time with the Unreal Engine 5 graphics. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what about the Shinjuku stage in Tekken 4? What about Tekken 5 stages, the other ones? There's so many stages in this Tekken past life. Like there's so many stages I want to choose. Even like Moonlight Wilderness, everyone's probably like, why did he not choose that? But you lot can choose it in the comment section down below. So there you have it. That is my choice and Baberuthless' choice. If you lot have a better selection, let us know in the comment section down below, and we might do a part 2 video. Like we might even feature the community's choices and put it in together with like the most popular one. I don't know. Let me know what you lot think, and remember to subscribe to my channel and Baberuthless channel, and we're going to be on to the next video. Take it easy everyone. Peace.